Hey everyone, welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
And my name is Mrinal. And in this episode, we are talking the main man, Auston Matthews.
Oh yeah.
Setting NHL history again.
Honestly, the Rocket Richard Trophy, you remember how Bergeron would just win it for the Selke every single year?
Yeah.
Is this not his trophy now?
Is he taking over the mantle for Ovechkin? Ovechkin won it for so many years.
I think it's safe to say the torch might be passed over.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't count some of the other goal scorers in this league out. McDavid still exists.
Yeah, that is
He
true.
is more of an assist man, but
yeah, he is the reigning champ of that trophy too.
yeah, he could win a Richard on the day, but
yeah,
this season is all about Auston Matthews.
Yep.
Matthews becomes the 9th player in NHL history with multiple 60-goal seasons. The only players ahead of him are Gretzky and Mike Bossy with 5, Mario Lemieux and Phil Esposito with 4, Brett Hull with 3, Pavel Bure with 2, Yari Curry with 2, and Steve Yzerman with 2. Not even the current goal scorers, Alex Ovechkin and Steven Stamkos have 2 60-goal seasons.
Yeah.
They each only have 1.
Yeah.
And Matthews already has 2.
Not to mention, sure, there's been an offensive explosion in the past few years in the NHL, but it was a lot easier to score back then. Goalies were not as elite as they were now.
Specify back then.
Back then, like Gretzky just kind of lighting
80s.
up anyone. Yeah.
Because if you're talking back then, like Ovechkin, no, it was hard to score.
No. I'm talking like pre-lockout. For sure, pre-lockout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, goalies are, I don't know what they're feeding goalies nowadays, but they are also a different breed. Everyone's just gotten better. So, the fact that he's gotten 2 60-goal seasons, and he's like, what, 26, 27?
Yeah.
Insane.
He has a lot of career left.
Yeah, he has a ton. And he's very durable, too. So
yeah, so far, I think he's had, one major injury?
something like that, yeah. He's missed a couple games here and there, but like it was a
He also plays
injury.
through a lot.
Yeah. And, and he's still scoring. So, yeah, insane. And I have a hard time believing that that he's done with his 60-goal seasons. I see him going for more.
Every year, the scoring goes up in the NHL.
Yeah.
It's been a trend for the past 3-4 years. So
it's good for the sport, though, right?
Yeah. There was a time we were talking Matthews could hit 70 this year.
Yeah. I mean, he still could.
It'll be tight.
It'll be tight. Yeah, it might happen on game 82, but
yeah, but he could.
It'd be
he could.
Yeah, it'd be sick. Yeah, I would love to see it.
I mean, this is history in the making. And we talk about Crosby and Ovechkin. We've done a few episodes on this about the legacy they're going to leave behind, and how we felt growing up as watching them. 20 years later, it's Matthews, right? It's Matthews, it's McDavid, it's this new generation of stars. And what I'm liking and I'm seeing from hockey fans today is that they are appreciating the greatness right in front of them.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to deny it too, because not saying that, players like Pavel Datsyuk or, Henrik Zetterberg and the Nick Lidstroms, not to list all Detroit players, but those are the ones that come to mind immediately.
Yeah.
With how
deservedly so.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a different skill level, and the game was a lot different back then. They were elite for how the game was back then. The game has changed, right? As you have said, there's been there's a lot more offense and the scoring is going up. They are the elite versions of the game that we have today. So, and it's amazing. It's really cool to watch.
And I think we talked about this before. It's just the way Matthews launches a shot is insane.
The most insane. Him and Bedard have to have some of the craziest releases I've ever seen.
You blink and the puck's in the net.
Yeah.
We talked about Ovechkin, but he didn't have a shot like that. You saw, whether it was a snapshot, wrist shot, slap shot, you saw Ovechkin's wind up.
Yeah. And nobody stopped it in his whole career.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the beauty of Ovechkin, is that everybody saw it coming and nobody could stop it.
Yeah.
With Matthews, you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
You see him skating and then
it's like a shark in a way. Yeah. He just kind of lurks there.
No, he's a maple leaf.
All right, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, no, so you see him lurking and all of a sudden he's just, you got to give credit to his teammates too. They feed him some pretty beautiful passes. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, playing with the likes of Mitch Marner, John Tavares, William Nylander, Morgan Riley obviously helps.
Yes. Yeah.
But every great NHL history had a setup man.
Of course, yeah.
It's just the way hockey works, right? You can't do it all yourself. There's no very few players can fly down the ice and do it themselves. I think I would limit it to 2. Gretzky and Bobby Orr.
Oh, I was going to say McDavid, question mark?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But even McDavid has Draisaitl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And even Gretzky had Curry. And, Marty McSorley and all those other greats you hear about from the 80s Oilers. But there's very few people who can take over a game, and Matthews can, but obviously the team that he has with him helps him not have to do that every time.
Yeah. Speaking of Ovi, I also want to talk about. So we've mentioned a couple times now in the past couple weeks, Ovi potentially breaking that Gretzky all-time goal record.
Yeah.
Matthews is currently outpacing Ovi.
Yeah. There's a chance that another 5-10 years from now, we're talking about Matthews beating Ovechkin's record.
Yeah. Which is, I was like, gosh, we just broke one.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
See, this is the thing. We're talking about scoring going back up, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's getting back to those pre-lockout levels.
Yes. Yeah.
Which means, Ovechkin doing what he did in an era where scoring was low for the majority of his career is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But now Matthews will have the advantage of going into a higher scoring area in his prime.
Yeah.
Ovechkin's getting into this not in his prime.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's a lot of era adjusted numbers. You can talk about Gretzky, you can talk about Ovechkin and things like that. Basically, when you're comparing across eras, it becomes a little bit more open for debate.
Yes. We have it in basketball too, the MJ versus LeBron GOAT debate.
Yes.
We'll never come to a conclusion.
I'm not familiar enough with basketball to know the nuances of how the game's changed.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he is in the conversation is already an achievement.
Yes. Yeah. I'm also really grateful as a hockey fan to have witnessed Ovechkin's prime, I would say.
Yeah.
So now we get to literally compare the two, at least, between highlights and just mentally and stuff. And
like the old people here compare Gretzky to Ovi today.
Yeah.
Gretzky to Crosby.
Yeah.
We're going to be those guys in another 10 years, 15 years.
Damn, we're getting old, man.
Yeah, back in my day, Ovechkin was better. I don't know about this Bedard kid.
Did we not debate like Crosby, Ovechkin, like whatever last week or something? Yeah,
yeah. But now we're going to debate those guys versus like Matthews and McDavid.
Yeah, the fact that like there's insane amounts of prospects. There's like a lot of draft picks that have just been handed out all the way to like whatever 28 or something. I'm pretty sure that's the furthest away one. That kid's in like middle school, right?
You can only
like
trade
high school or something.
They changed that recently. You can only trade draft picks up to 3 years away.
Okay, got it.
So the furthest that's been traded now is 27.
Okay, yeah, but still, that kid is a high schooler, and he's about to torch the league.
You're like, trading 15-year-olds.
Yeah, and he's about to like scorch the entire league. Like, isn't that like, I don't know. For me, that's personally exciting because, sure, yeah, we're getting older. We're seeing different players evolve. We're seeing the game evolve. But it's still pretty awesome to watch. Like,
yes.
You know what I mean?
That's why we're fans.
Yeah.
It's why we're fans.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that if Matthews has another 60-goal season, he'll be in the top 5 in NHL history?
Top 5 what?
Number of 50-goal seasons. I just named the list earlier, right? Like, he's 27, and when he's already in the conversation of all-time greats.
Yeah. You said if he had just one more?
Yeah, then he'd reach 3 60-goal seasons. That would put him tied for 5th place.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. What the hell? Whoa. He could definitely break that next season if all
next
goes
season
well.
At 28 years old.
Yeah.
We're talking, he's top 5 in the NHL in something.
What is an actual, I guess it varies from player to player, but what is the actual prime of a player? Like what's
average?
Age? Yeah.
I think 28 is your prime.
28 to what?
Like 28 is your peak.
Okay.
And then the window varies per player, but I think on average it's like 24 to 30 or something like that.
Okay, got it. I was going to say like it still feels like he's getting better, not worse, by any means. So,
and the high end of the NHL, like top players, usually keep getting better and better until like 32, 33.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Or that they have like some devastating injury.
Yeah. Unless you're Joe Pavelski and you just get better as you get older.
Yeah. Or you're Yager.
Or Yager. Just timeless.
Yeah, there's some players that defy age.
Yeah.
Ovi's one of them.
Yeah. Isn't it hilarious that Pittsburgh was like, no, you're retiring because we got to put your number in the stands now, even though he's not actually retired.
Yeah, he's still playing professional hockey. He's just retired from the NHL.
Yeah, yeah. So, point is Matthews is he's not exiting, he's entering his prime, and he's already putting up these insane batshit crazy seasons. I don't want to, knock on wood, but like I don't think he's going to beat Bossy or Gretzky. 5 seasons is crazy. It's obviously a different time, but can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine? Like,
never say never.
Yeah, never say never. Obviously,
we're talking about it's a different time, but the reality is we're entering into a new time.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say. We're entering in a new time.
Mm-hmm.
all these records could be open.
Yes. Yeah.
And like Matthews is one of the elites, right? What if McDavid starts chasing down Gretzky's assist record?
that's
what about
insane.
His points record?
Yeah, that's insane.
If scoring keeps going up the way it has been,
Yeah.
I don't think it's off the table.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think about that, but damn.
Like Gretzky's records in part stood for so long
Yeah.
because right after his career ended, scoring tanked
Yeah,
in the NHL.
that's true. I almost want to see like what were the fans' perspectives like before Gretzky shattered all these records, right? Like,
Oh, it was all about Gordie Howe.
oh,
When
yeah, that's true.
you can look up videos and celebrations from Gretzky beating Gordie Howe's records.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't beat them, he smashed them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's why, for one, the level Gretzky achieved
Mhm.
was so far ahead of his peers, is what made him, the GOAT.
Yeah.
But we're seeing that the score, with the way scoring, the rule set of the NHL is changing now, and the way the game is played now,
Mhm.
that several players are achieving that high end that previously only one did.
Yeah.
Right? Ovechkin chasing it down, Matthews chasing it down. I wouldn't put it past McDavid to chase it down.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen what Connor Bedard can do yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true.
There
Yeah.
are so many players that
Mhm.
can start pulling some of these 80s records down.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm happy to see it. Like I know like there's a lot of controversy where it's like, oh, like that Gretzky record's supposed to be immortal. I was like, I think records are meant to be broken.
No,
They're meant to be
nothing
broken.
should be immortal in sports.
Yeah.
If you're the fact that no records have been broken since, not no records, but like no major records for the NHL have been broken since the 80s because of Gretzky
Yeah.
is not great for your sport. It's been almost 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good threshold or it's a good place to like set your goals, right? Like,
Yeah. What's more exciting? Just having a sport no one can achieve GOAT status in ever again?
yeah. I was
Or are
like,
you going to be like the NFL and watch Tom Brady's career?
yeah.
Or the NBA, watch LeBron's career?
hmm
You want people to break these records.
or at least fail trying. You know what I mean?
Get close.
Get close.
I feel like every 5 years, someone new should be in your top 5
yes.
of scoring, whatever your scoring is for your league.
Yes. And that's good for the league. I mean, like the same way anything evolves. Like, have you seen those videos where it's like album record sales and it was like for a while it was like, oh, Madonna and like the Beatles and
Yeah.
and then it all changes, Michael Jackson, whatever. Like that's part of life, right?
It happens in music. I feel like every 20-ish years there's an artist that breaks all the records, right?
Yes.
It was the Beatles, Michael Jackson. Now Taylor Swift is breaking every record.
Yeah. And that obviously music is an art, but sport, I would argue, is still entertainment. It is still art.
Yes. You need it to be entertaining, and
Yes.
records should be being broken as part of that entertainment.
Yeah. Art and sport go hand in hand, and they're both meant to evolve, and records are meant to be shattered.
So I will cheer for Ovechkin to catch Gretzky, and if
Yes.
it comes to it, I will cheer for Matthews to catch Ovechkin.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
want to see it happen.
Yep. Yeah, those records are meant to be broken. So,
You got anything else for this one?
no, I'm excited. I think we're in a new era, and I'm really excited to see all these records be broken.
And if you're excited for more NHL content, you can follow Glass Seats. Hit a like on this video, hit subscribe for more. We have 3 episodes out every week, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.